Hey, good morning guys. This is Jerry here over at Wealth Dynamics, coming to you with a real quick live stream. I wanted to give you a word today. I'm on my way to my Operation Reborn board meeting, and I wanted to give you a quick message on, again, the speed of wealth. What is the separating factor between somebody that moves quickly towards wealth and somebody that doesn't? Somebody that takes time, somebody that moves slowly, that's not making progress fast enough. Now, last couple weeks I've been talking about income and expenses, right? This week I'm going to be talking about assets and liabilities. And when you study the top 1%, again, that's where we're going to get our data from. If we were trying to learn a sport, we wouldn't study the average athlete, we would study the best athlete. If we were trying to learn a skill, we wouldn't study the average person in that field, we would study only the best people in that field. So if we're trying to be experts at money, it means we're going to study the best in the money game, not the average people in the money game. You've got to make sure you, like too many of you guys change your mindset with money. You're like, oh, I want to go learn basketball. Cool, I'm going to watch LeBron. Okay, you're not like, let me find the most average person in the league and I'm going to study them. But some reason with money, because you're defending your position instead of trying to grow, you focus on who else is average that's agreeing with what you do so that you can justify why you can keep doing it. That's not the game we're playing. That's not how we're rolling. So we're talking about what is a real asset. So when you study the top 1% of wealth, what's up, Zach? What up, Cliff? Cliff, you got that contract? When you guys study the top 1% though, you look at where their assets are. And I know there's a lot of blanket statements about where their assets are. I taught a course last night, and I want to share with you the top 3 holdings, maybe even 4 or 5 holdings of the top 1%. So if you've heard, and I know you've heard this because it's all over the internet right now, that the wealthy invest all their money in real estate. Okay, who's heard that? I've heard that all the time. Now, here's the deal. When you look at the stats, the number one asset class that the top 1% have their equity in is actually small business equity. It's not real estate. Okay, 65% of their overall asset value is small business equity. What does that mean? It means they understand that real estate is a multiplier, not an accelerator. So they're putting money into assets after they've developed the income, after they've developed the margin, after they've kept the income, then they're putting it into real estate. Period. Like that's the stats, that's the numbers. You can argue with it and be emotional about it, but at the end of the day, it's no different. Like if you're trying to lose weight and the scale didn't go down and you're not looking better in the mirror, no matter how much you emotionally justify that you're making progress, you're not. Assets are assets, and according to the scale that we're looking at, the top 1% keep most of those in small business equity. The second place they keep their money is actually private placement financial securities. Again, it's not real estate, it's not stocks, it's private placement financial securities. That's the stuff Wealth Dynamics does. Okay, that's private lending deals, that's private equity deals, that's buying up securities in investment funds and accounts that aren't retail and aren't publicly traded. Okay, over 50% of their asset value goes there. Okay, the next one, if we move forward, then they finally start looking at stocks. And again, they're not diddling around in the market with an S&P 500 index fund. They're buying businesses. Think Warren Buffett. That guy does not diversify. He buys companies. He buys Coca-Cola. He buys Dairy Queen. He buys up real chunks of these companies so that he's got controlling interest. Okay, so that's the third thing they hold. The fourth thing they hold is life insurance and then trusts. Okay, so I'm going to list that off again. The first one is small business equity. The second one is private placement financial securities. Third one is then stocks. Then we have trusts. Then we have life insurance. And in that category, we also have income producing real estate. Okay, between life insurance and real estate, their weighting average is about the same. Okay, they've got more in trust because most of them understand what I've been talking about the last couple of weeks with estate taxes and probate. So they put their money in trusts. They don't put it in mutual funds and retirement accounts. When you look at this chart that I'm talking about, and I can post it in the comments later, only 10% of their overall asset value is in their primary residence. That tells you all you need to know there. Only 18% of their asset value is in pension and retirement accounts, and less than 25% of their asset value is in bank accounts. That's literally opposite of everyone else. Like, think about where you're investing right now and where the middle class is investing. the bank, the retirement plan, and the primary residence. And I will post the chart here so you can literally see that the wealthy have the least amount of their money in those three areas. They have the most amount of their money in, again, small business equity, private placement security, and other investments. So if you're trying to speed wealth up, I want you to really look at, all right, here's the stats. Meaning if I follow the stats, I'll probably get similar results. Now, if I deviate from the stats, that is going to be the cause behind why I'm not going as fast as I want to go right now. There's no other reason. It's not that the economy's bad. It's not that there's something that's holding you back. It's not your employees. It's not your wife. It's not your friends. Like, all of those, yes, they could be contributing factors, but the main reason is you behave incorrectly when it comes to distributing assets. Okay? Like the wealthy people that I know, my clients that I work with that are wealthy, they have exactly those stats. Most of their money is in small business equity. And then they start looking at passive income producing deals, which is going to be your private placement securities. And they might do some other investing before they ever get involved in anything else. Okay, one of my partners, he's got like 14 businesses. He's not buying a bunch of real estate. He's got like maybe 2 or 3 real estate holdings, and he's got 14 companies. What does that show you? That shows you those exact stats. All right, so if you're watching this real quick, I want to make you a quick offer. It's going to be totally free. This is the part of the video where I pitch you on something free that's going to help you. So if you go to the link I just posted in the comments, it's jerryfetta.com/speed. Again, jerryfetta.com/speed. I put together an entire course on this topic. You can access that for free on the link. I also wrote an entire ebook on this topic. You can access that for free on the link as well. And then I wrote an entire article. If you're a Cliff Notes guy like me, where you don't actually want all of the information, you just want to know the bullet points, I wrote like maybe a 4-paragraph article that's also going to just take all this data, summarize it so that you can drop in, get the data, and then go about your day. That's also for free on this landing page. Now, if you read that information, or maybe you've already seen enough information where you're like, all right, man, I want to learn more and maybe get some help, then if you click on the very bottom of the page, it's going to take you to a 37-question assessment called the Wealth Potential Analysis. And that analysis is going to give you 37 questions to really help you dictate where you're at with your wealth. Where are you, right? And from there, if you would like to schedule a call with my team so that we can deep dive into your answers and help structure a plan and a blueprint for you, we can schedule a call and make that happen. So again, guys, click on that link. It's completely free. There's no cost behind that. That's my value add to you. And I want to thank you for watching. If this video today did help you, I want to ask one thing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? We're not charging for this kind of information. I think that right now that space is just bloated. And so the competitive edge for me is making all this available, free, and easy for you to access. So make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you again. I'll talk to you guys soon.